Though a lot of people don't seem to be that interested in the anime side games have been making recently based on their mobile game franchises, I've continued to be a big fan ever since I picked up Shingeki no Bahamut, which I've previously described as a wild romp through an off-the-rails D&D campaign for the first series, and a good example of what Dragon Age 2 was trying to go for with its single city and surrounding area storyline, but didn't quite make. Combining stellar animation with a fun cast of characters, Cygames has brought their budget to both of the series I've seen so far, and the newest one airing this season is no exception. Enter Uma Musume Pretty Derby, a show about girls with horse features and abilities competing in horse girl races to see who is the best horse girl in all of Japan. Oh, and there's an idol component too, because of course there is, it's Japan. Now, the first thing I noticed when cracking open a cold one with these girls is that the designs the show uses are an extremely varied bunch, often inspired directly by horses in the real world. A few standouts include this fanged tan girl named Hishi Amazon, who I've already claimed as waifu prime for the series, her rival horse girl Narita Bryant with a typical athlete's demeanor, and the tiny pink horse girl Haru Urara, who at first put me off but slowly caused me to love her because of the absolute boneheaded honesty and ridiculous screeching after a race. Despite these being some of my favorite designs in the show, the main character's special week is also super adorable when she runs through her races. Combining a free love of running that is epitomized by her finishes in the races she competes in, with widespread arms and a jumping smile, and her admiration for Silent Suzuka that I can only hope blooms in a romance because I am a hardcore lover of love. Special Week is exactly the sort of protagonist you need in an anime like this, similar to Keijo's Nozomi Kamanashi in her zeal and newness to the sport. Though, hopefully Uma Musume isn't cancelled in quite the same way. You were ahead of your time, Keijo. A true visionary in the evolution of sports anime and cute girls. Digression aside, while the series seems to be focused on convincing you to play that gacha game through cute designs, the anime itself is actually pretty well made, even despite its use of 3D on wider and longer shots. While the 3D is noticeable, it didn't really take me out of the anime or insult me at any point like that one scene in Mukaku City Actors. You know the one. No, this show knows exactly when to use its budget to the fullest, such as the extremely kinetic action scenes during the races that Silent Suzuka and Special Week do with their dashes forward, as well as the absolutely gorgeous and noticeably gigantic background shown when Special Week first sees the race course, and obviously the massive idol backdrop of the winter songs, complete with a crowd of shining glow sticks and pyrotechnics in the sky behind the stage. Ooh, yay, great. Perhaps it's simply because I've not watched any idol anime in the past, so this stands out more to me as your above average animation, in which case I can only blame my lack of experience with the genre. But with the amount of shows I watch without spectacle pieces and the backgrounds as massive as this one just occurring regularly, I can only say it's really impressive for me, especially for a series. A trait that Shingeki no Bahamut shared, so you should go check that out, really. I might be going a little overboard with the praise here too, but I genuinely enjoy these backgrounds, in which the action/adventure series I am totally in love with employed more art like this. Speaking of art, the sound design in this show actually surprised me with how visceral it was. There was one particular moment where a character was springing up from behind a table and the sound of her stepping on the hardwood floor sounded like it was coming from right behind me. A quality of sound design I haven't heard since Made in Abyss came out a few seasons ago. But that's not all. The voices are also extraordinarily adorable, with one character basically being Karen from Kanira Mosaic, broken English/Japanese included, which is great for me because I love that blonde avatar of destruction. And El Condor Paso looks great in this series too, even though the two don't share the same voice actor. The small pink one's voice is also pretty fun to listen to, specifically only when she's complaining about being tired or being brutally honest to someone. Plus, I really like the design of her eyes, which reminds me of Tachibana Sylphenford from Himoto Umaro-chan. Of course, looks aren't all these horses have, as even though many of their stories are your typical sports anime tropes, Special Week's particular past actually surprised me a bit and had a few suggestions in it that I found very interesting in a non-straight way, if you catch my drift. Lesbians. It's early days yet, but while the main story seems to be about your typical sports anime protagonist going up in the ranks to meet more and more outlandishly designed and characterized horse girls, I'm all for that. It's a very fun anime to watch so far, and I think it'll continue to be so why not take a look? I think I gave some pretty good reasons, if I don't say so myself. And if you liked those reasons, support me on Patreon so I can supply you with many, many more at patreon.com/Croswynd. And if you're looking for other anime you should be watching, take a look at my older videos and subscribe while you're at it. You can hit that notification bell too to get up-to-the-minute updates when another video of mine goes up, and I'm also open to comments both here on YouTube as well as Twitter, where my DMs are always open for y'all to slide into. In the end though, I hope you all remember to enjoy the way you watch anime, because as long as you're having fun, that's all that really matters. I'll see you next time.